A good evening to all my flocks. Thanks. It's Laura once again. Thanks for being here. Today we're going to talk about plagiarism. What do we understand for plagiarism, the types, and the different consequences? Plagiarism is the act of using someone's work or idea or research without giving them any clue or proper credit. You own the work, yet you didn't do it. So there are different types, which we're going to look at in my PowerPoint. We have direct, which involves copying someone's work, which is copying someone's work word for word. You don't even edit, but you just copy the work word for word. We have paraphrasing plagiarisms. It happens when someone changes a few words, but you can still feel this work has just been copied from someone. So we have the different types. We have what it leads to, as we are going to see in our PowerPoint presentation. So wait, here's our So we have understanding plagiarism as our first slide. Second slide. What is it? Using someone else's idea or work without giving them credit. Include words, ideas, or research, and considered academic dishonesty. Maybe examination malpractice can also include them here. Key components of plagiarism, rather, copying texts directly without citations. You don't give them credit. You don't follow the rules of citation. Paraphrasing without acknowledgement. You don't quote to show us that you've paraphrased someone's work. You don't put their names there or their initials. You take them as it's you saying them. That's not right. Using ideas without credit. For example, I'm going to pick someone's idea from his book and I'm going to use it in my published work. That's not accepted as well. Submitting someone else's work as yours in educational sector, you can copy someone's coursework as yours. You just leave out their names and registration numbers. But that person's idea and work is not your own. You've just copied them and you submit without giving them credit, and that is not allowed as well. So we have the different types. We have direct plagiarism, that's copying word for word. Paraphrasing plagiarism, that's rewording without citing. You're saying someone's work without citing. Then self-plagiarism, reusing your own work without permission. A work that you have already published in 2015, you want to use the same work in 2026. That's not allowed. Then we have accident, forgetting to cite sources. We don't know where your sources are coming from. You have not credited those guys who placed in work to get this work. So it's very necessary to cite your sources and make us know that this work is yours, but instead you got a useful information from someone and make us the viewers. Well, next time if we want detailed work, we are going to follow your citations and follow the site sources you've used or references, and we go and follow the work from a fresh start. On our fifth slide, we have the consequences of plagiarism, loss of marks or failing assignments. As I said, people copying one's coursework. Obviously, you're going to lose marks, especially if your professor or a lecturer takes note of you that you've copied with valid evidence. Then academic penalties or suspensions. In the university, once you're caught in this act of malpractice, which is under plagiarism, you are put on stay put, depending on the gravity of that act. Maybe you've copied the whole question, maybe it's one, the entire paper, maybe it's just a number, depending on the act. You might be stay put for a year or depending on their decisions. So you end up losing track in your academic journey as well, then damage the repetition. Everyone will be knowing Laura does not have his own idea. What she does best is copying from already made second-hand work. Then legal consequences like copyright issues. Someone might take you to court, and this is way expensive than you expect. Take you to court and charge you for copyrights, and you will have to compensate them forcefully through the court. And you would not like to go through all that, yet you can generate your own idea with all this technology we are in today. You can use AI, you can modify your work from AI. You can go and use Google Scholars as we have shown you in the previous videos. All that can avoid plagiarism and making yourself getting involved into issues. So we have prevention strategies. How do you avoid them? Always cite your sources. Cite that this work is not yours. Cite that this is where you've gotten the work and put them there. Make them public known. Don't keep them for yourself, but make them public known, especially in this digital world. Keep track of real references. Make sure those articles you've got or published work you've got on the internet have references that are valid. Those references should be valid. And paraphrase properly. Don't forget to paraphrase, especially if you're using someone's work. As I said, copyright issues and getting involved into different issues. So that is what you have to know about plagiarism and what we understand from it. You have to avoid these things I've talked about for you not to get involved into issues, get your own work, generate your own idea. If you are going to copy, make sure you paraphrase, you cite the sources, and you credit those people who did the work. They did a lot in finding out those sources that you are not crediting them. They went through processes to finally publish that work. So it's advisable to always cite your sources and credit those publishers. Thanks for watching. Please like and follow my YouTube channel as we wait for the next session under information literacy.